Good evening. Coming up in Mello TV Evening News, the police return to the crime scene of 8-year-old Daniel Rowe. Union reaches resolution in salary dispute. Jamaica faces over $100 million in infrastructure damage from heavy rains. Investigation launched into fire at PNP constituency office, and Sexual Harassment Act takes effect July 3. And now the news in detail. We begin the news this evening with a follow-up that investigators today returned to the crime scene on Roosevelt Avenue where 8-year-old Daniel Rowe's throat was slashed. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey shared the reason for revisiting the crime scene and the work done so far to solve the case.
We had a case review this morning consisting of a number of police officers from different locations. St. Catherine South, the commander is here. We had police officers from St. Andrew Central. We have the investigators from both divisions and our technical services branch, our cybercrime department. So it's and our national intelligence branch as well. So it's a comprehensive investigation we are doing. So we thought it was prudent as a part of the investigative process to revisit the scene, do some canvassing, looking and getting a better appreciation of the scene. I have some of my most senior investigators, and we are doing our own assessment and will provide guidance and support to the investigative team in this venture as we pursue the person that is responsible.
As part of investigations, the JCF, through technology, has developed an image of a woman who was seen with Daniel on CCTV cameras. He's urging the public's cooperation.
I am appealing to motorists or anyone who was in the vicinity within the period of 4 to about 5 p.m. That is Thursday, the 8th of June, to drag your memory. Check your dash cam to see if you observe a female with multicolor top and blue knickers or denim walking anywhere within this vicinity with a young child, possibly carrying a knapsack on her back. It is important that we really collectively as a nation pool our energy together to ensure that this case is not one of those that is placed on a shelf, but that the person who is responsible is brought to justice. All of us as Jamaicans, we have a duty to ensure that this is done.
The JCF has offered their condolences to the family and empathizes with the nation for this terrible loss. The National Workers Union, the NWU, has made significant progress in resolving the salary dispute involving Montego Bay Metro employees. The resolution follows an intensive review of documents by both the NWU and the Montego Bay Metro. During the review, it was determined that errors were made by the management team of the state-owned bus company. The company has now taken responsibility and is working to rectify the errors. The NWU is eagerly awaiting a response from the Ministry of Transport to address a long-standing issue of employee salaries, which have not been upgraded since 2014. Meanwhile, bus drivers at the Montego Bay Metro have resumed their full-time duties and expressed satisfaction with the success achieved during the month-long series of meetings. The strike initiated by the drivers last month was suspended after 2 weeks to facilitate discussions between the union, the Ministry of Transport, and the Montego Bay Metro. This action was prompted by the management's unilateral deductions from their salaries, which were later revealed to be related to previous overpayments during the disbursement of retroactive monies. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, has signaled its support to the program's objectives. During the event, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson highlighted the Project STAR's significance.
And here's where the benefit of partnership comes in. So we have reach, we're a big organization, and we have information about what is happening in a space, and to an extent we can intervene. When we get on board partners who have funds and means, and that combines with what we do and our direction, sometimes our leadership in these projects or activities, then you start to get a synergy out of it that exceeds what either of us could do by ourselves. And I think
the commissioner said that with good social conditions, positive policing results can be expected.
I don't think there is a police force anywhere that doesn't understand clearly the nexus between social conditions and good policing outcomes. And for the JCF, probably even more so, because we have been working, the type of communities sometimes that we work in are very difficult and challenged in many ways. And over time, the JCF has seen as part of its mandate to reach out and engage communities in a number of ways.
Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Simuda, is set to participate in the Greater Caribbean EU Regional Conference on Sargassum in the Dominican Republic. The conference aims to bring together Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico coastal authorities, scientists, private communities, NGOs, and stakeholders involved in tackling the challenges posed by the brown marine alga, Sargassum. Sargassum is brown marine alga that is generally found in the Sargasso Sea of the Atlantic Ocean. It is a free-floating seaweed that does not attach to the ocean floor, and its movements depend solely on ocean currents. Minister Simuda says several Caribbean islands, including Jamaica, have been impacted by Sargassum, sharing there is an opportunity to transform this environmental concern into an economic advantage. The conference will focus on collaboration between Latin America and the European Union to develop effective strategies in managing the influx of Sargassum. A male teacher accused of sexually assaulting a female colleague on school premises was instructed by Senior St. Catherine Parish Judge Desiree Allain to maintain distance from the complainant throughout the case. The complainant expressed mental distress, revealing that she even fainted upon seeing the accused near her last week. Responding to her concerns, the judge warned the accused to keep away from the complainant. The accused attorney, George Clue, informed the court of his intention to engage in dialogue with the school's administration to address the situation. Bail was extended for the accused, who is required to appear in court on October 19. According to allegations, the male teacher allegedly lured his colleague into the school's woodwork room, where he held her from behind and engaged in inappropriate behavior. The woman managed to escape, raised an alarm, and reported the incident to the Browns Hall police. As a result, the accused was arrested and charged with indecent assault. And still in St. Catherine, the St. Catherine South Police have initiated an investigation into a fire that engulfed a section of the People's National Party's constituency office in St. Catherine Southeast. 2 units from the Waterford Fire Station responded to the incident. Senior Superintendent of Police Christopher Phillips confirmed that they are awaiting a response from the fire brigade to begin the investigative process. The fire, suspected to be an act of arson, caused significant damage to the office located in Independence City, Portmore. The extent of the damage is yet to be determined. Tensions arose in the constituency following the selection of Dr. Alfred Dawes over Alaric Campbell, leading to demonstrations by Campbell's supporters. A previous attempted arson attack in May was thwarted by the prompt action of the fire brigade. Both Dawes and Campbell have denounced the fire, emphasizing their commitment to serving the constituents. The police are urging anyone with information related to the incident to come forward. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, has revealed that the cost of damage to parochial infrastructure caused by recent heavy rains in Jamaica has exceeded $100 million. Minister McKenzie stated that the estimate is likely to increase as further assessments are conducted once the rainfall subsides. The heavy rains were a result of a weather system that formed prior to the official start of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. St. Elizabeth, St. James, and Clarendon were the parishes most affected by damage to the roadway infrastructure, with Portland, St. Thomas, Hanover, Manchester, Trelawney, St. Mary, Westmoreland, and sections of Kingston and St. Andrew also experiencing impact. Minister McKenzie assured that the ministry would secure funds to support restoration efforts and repair affected roadways. As the hurricane season is expected to remain active until November 30, funds have been allocated for drain cleaning, with members of parliament and municipal corporations responsible for utilizing the allocations for the exercise. Additional allocations will be phased in throughout the season to address ongoing needs. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, has announced that the Sexual Harassment Act will take effect on Monday, July 3. Minister Grange made this declaration during her address to the House of Representatives as part of the 2023-2024 sectoral debate. The legislation is designed to address concerns of sexual harassment within employment, institutions, and landlord-tenant relationships. It encompasses various settings including workplaces, schools, correctional institutions, nursing homes, and medical facilities. To prepare for the implementation of the law, efforts have been made to sensitize employees, employers, tenants, and landlords. The recruitment of sexual harassment investigators has taken place, along with the appointment of a panel to handle each case. Minister Grange also highlighted the importance of ensuring that policy statements required by the Act are prepared and communicated to workers, clients, students, and others within 12 months of the commencement date. The Bureau of Gender Affairs has been conducting sensitization sessions and assisting organizations in developing or revising anti-sexual harassment policies. Additionally, the government has strengthened gender mainstreaming in public sector bodies with the certification of the Jamaica Defense Force, the JDF, in line with the National Policy for Gender Equality. And those are the stories making the news this evening. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News. I'm Nicole Hales. Stay safe and thanks for watching.